Adam has arrived.
Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snerdy is the best podcast. Gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. And talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. And notice she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snerdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snerdy, ooh. Black and Snerdy, yeah. Black and Snerdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snerds here on episode 155. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, actually.
Hold on. I gotta not hold on. Keep talking, but I gotta flip it and reverse it real quick. There we go.
I put my thing down for a bit and reverse it.
Yes, there we go. Because that way my name lines up with
who you are.
Yes.
I'm pretty good. Feeling better. I was a little bit sick the last few days.
Yes.
But with lots of rest and sleep and soup and help, I am feeling better. So,
That's good. That's good that you're feeling better.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well. No, I'm fine. I just this is gonna be one hell of a week.
Because it's a full week of work.
It's a full week of work, and without getting too deep into details, this is like crunch time.
Yeah.
It's do or die.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance that I may die. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
We just gotta be optimistic. You know?
I'm trying to be optimistic, but the universe feels like it is ready to shove something inside of me, and all I can do is lay back and say and clench my teeth. But we're not here to talk about sodomy.
Sodom and Gomorrah,
aka New York City, where we live. Somewhere, not telling where. Not trying to dox us. But yeah, that's I am good. I am glad and I am glad that you're feeling much better.
Thank you.
It's always never good to see you sick. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it.
Why?
I mean, why?
Why?
Because like you're just feeble like when you're sick, and you need more help than normal. And it's like, okay, so this is gonna be my day. My day is gonna be spent doing this.
Does that not bring you joy to be able to?
How would it bring anybody joy?
It brings people joy to help the people that they care about.
Yes, that fine. In that regard, it brings me joy to know that I am helpful. The tasks itself are not joyful. It's make me tea, make me drink.
I say please.
Get me medicine.
Please.
Turn off the AC. Turn on the fan.
Please.
Wake me up at some time o'clock.
Please.
Yeah. I mean,
I say it politely.
So no, you say it politely. I don't think you always say please. You do say it politely, like, can you do this for me?
Okay, I mean, I always say please, but I feel like that's a part in my inherent politeness. It's like, oh, man, can you please get this for me? Or can you get this for me? Can
you turn on the light? Can you turn off the light? Can you turn off the TV?
Yeah. I have requirements for sickness, like everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're sick, I do those things with love.
I know, and that's the inherent difference between you and me is that I do them out of responsibility. Because if I don't do them, then it won't get done. it won't get done. So it needs to be done. So I step up to the plate. I step up to to bat, and I take one for the team.
Is it taking one for the team?
It's taking one for my team.
We're on a
For my
team
person,
together.
yeah, but there's 3 teams. There's our team, there's your team, and there's my team. And my team is taking a back seat to help your team, which I guess in your mind strengthens our team.
Yeah, it does. Because if you didn't do those things, then like if
Just
you
left you to die.
if you didn't take one for the team and I didn't take one for the team on my end when you're sick or in need of something.
But that's the difference. The difference is you want to you were raised to want to take one for the team.
Well, it's not that,
I wasn't raised to do that.
It's not a want as much as is just a recognizing that like this is what it means to be a part of community with people and being in relationship with people.
I think that's inherently the difference between you and me is that I didn't grow up
because you're a man
with a community mindset.
Because you are a man, and
I don't think that it's a man thing. I don't think it's a man-woman thing. I think it's a you thing and a me thing, because all the men in your family tend to have this sense of community as well. Whereas me and my family, we're like selective with our community. Like, no, seriously. Like, you notice that my sister doesn't hang out with my cousins either.
Yeah, but they live far away.
They're all in Baltimore. That's not far.
Oh, you mean on your mom's side?
Yeah, on my mom's side.
But does she? I don't want to say. Never mind.
Anyhow,
okay, but no, like, I understand what you're saying. I think that yes, because on my end, on my side, we're
isolationists. Like, we choose who we want to bring into the fold.
But I think that the thing is, like, when you are connected with people through family, relationships of whatever kind, then you can't really...
Did you know blood is thicker than water doesn't mean what you think it means?
I have heard this thought.
Like, it doesn't...
Please enlighten the listeners.
Yes, blood is thicker than water is not it doesn't mean that family is thicker. What it means is that I gotta look this up. Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
All right. So while you're looking it up, I will give you my perspective. That there are 2 things that play here for me. One, being a woman, because being a woman, you are from birth socialized that you are there to nurture and take care of the people around you. That's why when we were younger, it was only girls who were getting baby dolls, boys are getting action figures, right? Yeah. Boys are in action, whereas girls should be nurturing and in action also, but you're nurturing, so that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that responsibility is inherent, regardless of whether or not you want that responsibility is yours, because you are in community with these people and you want to make sure that you are taking care of them. And then on the other side, familially, both on my American and my Nigerian side, family is very important. Community is very important. And because in both sides of my family, the fact that they would not have made it to wherever they were, like they wouldn't have literally my dad would not have survived without his community. He would not have survived the genocide. He wouldn't have survived the coups and everything that came after that within his family, and his community would not have survived if everyone did not band together. So now I think that the idea of like family is so important, and your community your extended community is so important, because those are the people that are going to have your back no matter what. So when they're sick, when they're in need of help, when it's just like, oh, they need someone to talk to, like that is something that is instilled in you, which I think is a great thing to have. Even if I would say the men in my family may not always be as nurturing, but I do shout out to them for like stepping up in need. Like I remember being in college and like I knew that I could always call any of my cousins, but especially my eldest cousin Emeka if I needed anything. Like I remember one time in college, I didn't have any groceries. And I told him like, hey, do you have like, can you take me grocery shopping? Or I was talking to him or whatever. The groceries came up. He's like, I'll take you grocery shopping. Cool. We go to like the Giant that was in Columbia Heights. And he was like, okay, you have $100 to spend. And I said, okay, cool. Now I was putting things in the cart. In my head, that when I was tallying it up, it was like, okay, this is going to be about $100, right? We got up to the cash point. It was $400. And he was like, this is not what I said. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll put stuff back. And he was like, no, it's fine, whatever. He swiped, brought the food back, and I had food for like a month plus, right?
See, in that situation, I would have made you put some of that food back.
No, obviously, like the thing is, he had it. And
this tells me that you're not good at math.
Duh. He had it. And also, like, I'm his younger cousin. I'm in college. I need food. It's not like I wasn't going shopping for like frivolous things. You know?
It was grocery shopping.
It's groceries.
It's
so
for
like
food, for sustenance.
Him like being very nurturing in that aspect, or if I would be at the house and like my period would come on, and I would tell him, and he wouldn't flinch. He wouldn't be weird about it, and I would just be like, "Can you get me these type of tampons?" And he would go get them, like. Those type of things, which I think it's important. And it's important for the people within your family, like your blood, but also within your community. Because the same way, like when you call up a friend and you're like, I'm having a bad day or this thing is happening, they need to know that you're going to be there for them, that you need to know they're going to be there for you, vice versa, because we are all in this group project together. So it's like if you're not holding up your end of the bargain, which is helping out in need within reason, obviously, not like saying people should just be taking advantage or whatever, but when people are in need, if they're sick, if they need something, that you could do it without harming yourself, then it's just like whatever. Like the lack of selfishness, I think, in my family is important, even though sometimes there are some people who are very selfish. But in general, I think I feel like I was raised in a belief that you cannot be selfish and only think about yourself, because you are not the only one here, and you cannot expect people to stop their lives and do things for you, but you don't also want to stand up and do that as well.
Well, for me, community is more paramount, not necessarily than family. Family
Your family is a part of your community. When I say community, I don't distinguish between family and friends. We are all in community together.
Well, but that's the thing. Like for me, I distinguish because a lot of my, like, I have family and friends. I have a lot of friends that I consider family, and I have some family that I consider friends. And
I have family I don't consider at all.
And exactly, there's a bunch of family okay, so the blood is thicker than water. It actually means bonds formed through shared experiences and commitments are stronger than those of family relationships. For me, I think that is how I was raised. I was raised that the people in your life that you have actual connections with or a shared experience with are your family and are your community.
That's true.
Just because they happen to have the same grandmother as you doesn't necessarily mean that they are, just because they're family doesn't necessarily mean that they're community.
Well, and I don't disagree with you, because I have people in my family who I don't consider a part of my community. Does that mean that I would ever want them to see harm, or if they were in need?
No, we're removing that. We're not talking about people that we would want to see like the worst out of. We're just talking about the people that we consider that are in our circles, that are in our lives, that are in our we would consider
I'll
our
say
community.
this.
Your definition of community is different than my definition of community.
But I think that regardless,
and neither of them is a right or wrong way.
But I think the main part to me that is the most important is that if you are in community with people and this is like a chosen community, then we should be there for them. Because you can't.
I agree.
You could not expect people to be in community with you if you are not in community with them.
I agree. However, asterisk, without putting yourself out.
But
because anybody in your community would understand if you cannot show up for them. I
think that has
you should always strive to show up for people, but if there is a reason that you cannot, then they as part of your community should understand.
Yes, but I will also say, I will add an addendum to that, a little footnote that there's a saying that I've been hearing a lot recently that I don't want to mess it up, but it was like it's basically like inconvenience. Being inconvenienced is a part of being in community or something like that, which is like, it's not to say that like, okay, if you're gonna lose your job if you drive someone to the airport, that you do that, it's inconveniencing you. No. However, if you're not doing anything, you're at home and someone's coming to visit or whatever, and they ask, hey, or if they're just coming home, can you pick me up from the airport? Is it inconvenient? Sure, because the airport's annoying to pick people up. But this is somebody that you care about, you love, you're not putting yourself out. It might be a little bit annoying, but that's okay to do that. Or the sense of like consideration of that person. Like consideration is the highest form of love, and showing that you're in community with someone. So sometimes you are considering someone more than what you would be convenienced by. If you have to, like, for instance, we going to our friend's wedding in Tobago, right? It wasn't necessary. It wasn't a convenient way to go and get there.
That was an inconvenience.
It was extremely inconvenient.
There was
a lot of travel. It was back and forth, transferring, layovers.
There was a lot of inconvenient elements to that we're not even sharing on this podcast.
But so like we see all these people showed up, even though that could be inconvenient. Why? To show up for that person. My cousin got married in Germany. People showed up, even though it could be mildly inconvenient to travel. Like Sade traveling with the babies is very inconvenient, right? But it's still, you show up, you're there, and like even though it might be getting there might be a annoyance, but then once you're there, being with these people that you love and you care about, and who knows how often you're going to see them, it's joyful. So it's like, even when you're talking about, I think in like your everyday life, it's inconvenient for you maybe to, excuse me, like I think
your definition of inconvenient is flawed.
Why is it flawed?
I think what your definition of inconvenient is a umbrella term for small and big things.
But small and big things are inconvenient. So what?
Yeah.
So big and small things could be inconvenient. Like inconvenience.
Big things aren't necessary. Big things. There has to be another word for inconvenient that's larger than inconvenient for big things.
But why does it have to? Why can't the word be? Why would
it's
not
because
be
it's
inconvenient?
Inconvenient is like so. It's like meh. You know what I mean? Like like throwaway thing. Whereas you're moving mountains. Like if the big thing is moving mountains, that's not an inconvenience. That's an actual problem. That's an actual issue. That and I'm not even sure if that is the right nomenclature to use instead of inconvenience, but that's a problem or an issue or a difficulty or a hurdle. Maybe it's hurdle.
Okay.
A hurdle
so you
you have that is that is placing you from being able to show up and
Navigate.
show out or
Okay.
navigate.
Well, I think that, yes. So sometimes we have inconveniences and sometimes we have larger inconveniences, which are hurdles.
Sure.
And I think that I still believe that within community, that whether it's a small inconvenience or a larger hurdle, that sometimes you make hurdles for the people in your community who are worth those hurdles. That doesn't mean that you should do that all the time, nor does that mean you should do it in a way that puts yourself out. And obviously that is something that everybody always has to think about and work out for themselves. What are the things that is this a hurdle that I would like to leap? Because I think that is an important distinction, and each of us has to make it for ourselves and figure out sometimes within doing the thing, is this a hurdle that, okay, this is a hurdle I jumped. Is this a hurdle I should jump again?
I would argue that maybe that is a question that could be considered on your end. And not even just, is this a hurdle that I would do again? I would say, is it a hurdle that I should do before I do the hurdle?
I would say that I think that you should think about what you consider a hurdle.
Nah.
And what you consider an inconvenience.
No, because okay, we're getting too in the weeds on this one, but the things that I consider a hurdle are actual hurdles.
Well, lots of things could be anything that that feels insurmountable could be a hurdle. Yeah. So that's a variety.
I agree with you. So we'll leave it right there for the time being.
Are you ready to jump into this week's episode?
I've been ready like fish and spaghetti.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop topics.
Is fish and spaghetti something you grew up eating?
No, that's the song.
I know.
Let's get it.
I know, but I know in like the Midwest, it's like fried fish and spaghetti is like very popular.
I feel like I have had fish and spaghetti. I used to have pork and beans a lot.
I used to have that a lot as well.
Pork and beans.
You want to know what my mom would make?
Pork sandwiches.
I mean, I love them.
I love them too.
Give me hot. First of all, the way to make
my grandmother's love language was to make me pork chop egg sandwiches in the morning for breakfast every morning before she went to work at that college, because she was a kindergarten teacher for a long time. And then I think she retired, and then I think she started working at a university for a little bit. And then after that, things get a little hazy. I'm not sure what she was doing for a while.
This is Grandma Olivia.
Yes. This is my mom's mom.
Mama's
mama.
Well, I love pork and beans, and I think the best way to now, like as a not having like a not poor meal, grill the hot dogs.
Sure.
Then put them in the beans. Slice up some onions, grill, and with the hot dogs, grill those up, put those with the beans, and then over the white rice. Delicious.
Nigeria. Yes.
My mom made this. My father was, first of all, I don't think I cannot think of a struggle meal that my father ever made. Like his strugglest meal would have been maybe like some sort of pasta. Like, maybe we ran out of meat and he did some sort of zhuzhing up with veggies and pasta and like a butter sauce.
Your dad's like a cook.
Yeah, he is. So it's
so
we never had.
I feel like struggle meals have to be with people who can, okay. There's a difference between cooking and making a meal.
Of course.
I think struggle meals come from people who can make meals, not who can cook.
I disagree. I think, because this is the thing, I think that struggle meals, the reason why we love them so much, a lot of us into our adulthood, is that the people who knew how to make meals we're taking nothing and making something.
That's what I'm okay. Different. We're on the same page, but different mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that the people who know how to cook don't make struggle meals, is that they make their meals, even if it is a struggle meal, feel like a meal.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It is the people who know how to make food that make the struggle meals that it's apparent that it's a fucking struggle meal.
Well, I think that like when you also think about who's making the struggle meals, moms, grandma, like your grandmother making you a pork chop, an egg sandwich for you because you're her little baby.
That wasn't even a struggle meal.
That was not a struggle meal.
That was
meat. She gave you meat.
She gave me meat.
I got a good piece of meat.
Ooh, yeah.
But think about like all those other struggle meals that we had. It was mostly moms, whether single or not, who are trying to make food that is going to feed their kids, be nutritious, and possibly last like a day or two, maybe 3 or 4 if you were, impoverished in some way. Because
shout out to Marie Callender's Alfredo, pasta Alfredo, and Green Giant's broccoli and cheese.
The Green Giant microwavable meals.
Yes, the
veggies.
broccoli, specifically the broccoli and cheese. I don't know what it was about that cheese. That cheese made me it every time I went to Golden Corral, it's the reason why I slather cheese on everything. I will put cheese on all the meats, on the veggies. I even put cheese in the desserts, which was not delicious. I will admit that. I will admit ice cream and cheese, not a real good dish.
Okay, I will say I did taste it was a gelato in the city. They have one that's made, it's like Parmesan flavor, but it was delicious. But it's like also it's gelato, so you could make cheese taste good with ice cream if you're doing it on purpose, but not like Cheese Whiz.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Cheese Whiz, canned cheese.
I've never eaten.
Shout out to Goofy Movie.
Shout out to
because that's why I would love cheese in a can.
That movie
and
made me want to go
spray that in my mouth.
It made me want to have Cheese Whiz so bad, but my mother never bought that.
Oh no, my mom bought that shit.
She said, "We're poor, but we're not that poor, and I want you to eat real food."
Actually, not even my mom. It was Aunt Cheryl. Aunt Cheryl bought that shit, and I ate it in like 2 days, and I was like, "Get more."
No, because you just fucking ate a whole can of it.
It's just like when I would eat all the Pop-Tarts in one sitting, and I would be like, "When are you getting more?" She's like, "I'm not going to the grocery store for another week."
That was always how my mom would do it. Like we would go grocery shopping, so of course now we're filled with all the good snacks. And she's like, "I'm not going grocery shopping for 2, like, because it's the next pay period."
Oh yeah.
So if you
for 2 weeks,
whatever you eat between this Friday and 2 Fridays from now is up to you. There's the food in the house. I'm not a freaking warden.
Yeah,
you can eat the food, but let me tell you.
And this is how I trained my mom and grandmother to respect my wishes and get the actual Frosted Flakes and the actual Pop-Tarts, because y'all thought y'all were slick getting the off-brand. Oh, it's the same thing. We have Pop-Tarts at home. We have Frosted Flakes at home. Dollar store, whatever it's called, like frosted pastries and not even Frosted Flakes, like Frosties or whatever the fuck they were called. And you know what would happen? They would sit up in the cabinet for ages,
and that would have been the only
ages
until you finished eating that. That's what you would have had. You wanted these
for ages.
So you know how many Frosties and fucking what was the whatever cereal, multiple meal cereal in the bags.
I'm gonna keep asking for Frosted Flakes,
and you got
Frosties. I don't care what you think is at home.
So I guess
what you think is at home is not what
you not.
Do you want me to keep asking you for the Frosted Flakes and the Pop-Tarts? I'm gonna keep asking because what you have at home is not, and I broke them. I broke those like horses.
Let's get into this episode. So,
yeah, we've just spent 30 minutes bullshitting.
The first thing I wanted to talk about Have you heard of this filmmaker actor? His name on Twitter is Director Daddy.
Let me fix that. Sorry.
Oh.
I had it spelled wrong.
So I see him post a lot about just different things, and so I didn't realize that he was a
filmmaker.
Sorry, an actor and director and everything until recently, but he put out a trailer. Now, question: Can I play this trailer?
If only he owns this, right?
It's his.
It's his?
Yeah.
All right. A studio doesn't own
No,
this.
no. He said that no. So this, let me share it. And
all right. I think you could play it if he owns this.
Yeah, it's his.
But if it's like a major studio that owns
Hollywood
this,
Productions.
Okay. All right.
So
all right.
I saw him post this the other day. His movie, Super Nigga, got 216,000 views on YouTube in 10 days of word of mouth, but was rejected from every major film festival. So I feel like we should watch the trailer together and see how we like it.
Okay.
Now it's okay. The music sounds on. All right.
Look, it's been a long day. I work for white people.
What if we call him Superman of color? Because he's color.
And who the hell are you supposed to be anyway?
Can't call him super
Nigga. Why not?
Fuck are you? The world's first superhero. He's also black. Everyone wants to know about this man, right? What's his skincare routine? Where's he from?
The girl of justice has been
As a
found.
well-meaning white person, do you think that it's inappropriate for me to be writing about Cardi B's new booty?
Those products aren't going to organize themselves.
So,
Look.
As a trailer, this is not great.
Why not? You don't like it? I like it.
It doesn't. As a I feel like it's more of a teaser, right?
Yeah, it's a teaser.
Okay, if it's a teaser, then it's fine.
It's only 30 seconds.
If it's a teaser, it's fine.
Go to
if it's a trailer.
No, because it has a full 8-minute trailer.
Oh my god, no!
I'm not gonna play that, but I'm just saying it has like a longer one on the.
Okay, because I couldn't get a sense of what the actual story was.
It's about a super nigga. Or maybe the movie's 8 minutes long. It might be.
So it's a short film.
It's a short film because it seems like that because it's on YouTube. Yeah, this is it. So the movie itself is 8 minutes and 29 seconds. So go online. Obviously, go on YouTube. You can
watch it.
Right now,
even though we have not watched it.
No, we haven't. I didn't realize it was that long. It has 252,000 views. Probably this short portion of it.
It might be a pitch for a longer movie
because he's saying,
you know what I mean?
That like it got rejected from all the different. Major festivals.
This is probably like the pitch. This is the pitch for the actual movie that he would like to make. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times in Hollywood, you have to, you don't always have to have like a proof of concept reel of what it is that you're trying to shoot if you're trying to sell a movie. But like when you're pitching a movie, you do have to have like the main idea, the beats of the story, and whatever the hook is. So this could just be the hook of in order to hook a studio into giving them 15.
Well, now he
million.
did get he posted a few hours ago that he turned down A24, which is interesting. He turned that down. That would have been a perfect A24 movie. No, this is the thing. It aesthetically, yes, but it could have been he turned him down. I didn't watch the video of why he turned him down, but he could have turned him down for bigger reasons.
Or a myriad of reasons. Yes.
So sometimes it's like, yeah, studio wants to come to you, but like maybe they want to change it up. Maybe they don't want it to be so.
I feel like A24 though is so
they do usually
there.
a good job with the indie movies and all that, but honestly, I don't know.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I think
more luck to you. I wish you nothing but success.
Yeah, and I would like to see Super Nigga out on the big screens. I think that would be very fun.
I would love to see it.
And enjoyable.
Yes.
Next up in the movie sphere, Scary Movie 6 is coming back.
Yes.
And not only is it coming back, so are we getting Anna Faris, shout out to you, and the icon Regina Hall.
And it is as I feel like we reported this some time ago. Scary Movie is back in the control of the Wayans.
Yes, finally.
So finally,
it's coming out 2 days before my birthday.
2
days.
Okay. But next year. Next year. Okay, next year, June 2 days 12th, before your birthday.
2026.
Okay.
This is the first time in 18 years that the brothers are writing an original script for the restart of the horror parody franchise.
They're brothers.
So
they're happy and they're singing in their colors.
They are writing and producing the movie alongside Rick Alvarez, Jonathan Glickman, Alexandra Lowy, and Thomas Zadra are executive producers. So this is going to be great. Variety says that Scary Movie in 2000 was one of the highest grossing R-rated horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
It opened at a $42.5 million at the box office.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that's like always fucks me up. Like when obviously we grew up with Scary Movie, but learning about how the brothers basically had it stolen from them.
Yeah. And that's why not they as in the brothers, but that's why for a long time all those parody movies would come out. Meet the Spartans, and
what was it, like teen movie?
Not another teen movie was not a part of it. Not another teen movie was not a part of it.
So there were so many of those like parody types. I'm grateful that we actually moved away from that. Because they
would come out every 3 months.
And they weren't that great. Scary Movie was like funny. It was good.
I'm going to look it up.
But I remember between the time, like throughout high school, it felt like we were getting one a year. At least one a year. How many of these movies can we possibly do? And people were going to watch them. They loved them. But Harvey Weinstein, the monster that he is.
Oh boy. Yeah, so it was basically the people who wrote Scary Movie, the original Scary Movie, not the people who directed it and produced it, because it was directed and produced by the Wayans, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Date Movie, Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans, Disaster Movie, Vampire Sucks, Starving Games, Best Night Ever, and Superfast.
I don't even know what
Terrible.
Well, I'm looking forward to them being able to revamp this movie
franchise.
And the movie franchise. And can I say, Marlon Wayans has been looking real good. Okay.
Well, you saw him in the Him trailer, right?
I did see him in that. I look forward to
looking really good.
He's looking
that
good.
movie is not looking great though.
What do you mean? Have you been hearing bad things?
No, I haven't been hearing bad things. I looked at the trailer. I didn't get the same thrill or oomph that I got when I got to the trailer for Us or Nope or what was the first one? Get Out.
Well,
it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me. It was.
Is it? Do you think maybe it's because it's sports related and you're not really into sports?
It's not even that it's not. I don't think a good movie, even if it's a sports movie, can hook me.
Yeah.
Like I love Raging Bull.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
And all the Rocky. Well, not all the Rockies.
But
some of the Rockies and all the Creeds. All the Creeds.
You do love all the Creeds.
I do love all the Creeds.
So I was really interested in like watching the trailer, but then scouring the teaser poster because people were like pointing out different things. So it's like looking at his hands, looking at like, is it supposed to be the devil? Is this guy supposed to be a sacrifice? All these different things. So I think it's going to be interesting to either way.
No,
like,
it's going to be interesting regardless. I just don't.
It's not pulling at you.
And you heard that you heard that Jordan Peele wanted to direct Weapons.
So yeah, I did not hear that. Now, Weapons, I know it's a horror movie.
Yes, it is a horror movie.
What is it? Do you know what it's about? Is it kids?
No, I
Does it have
don't.
something to do with kids or something?
Yeah,
like
it does
that?
have something to do with kids. I think like an elementary school.
Is that the one where the kids go missing?
Yeah, they go missing.
Yeah, with the girl from the Ozark.
Yeah, girl from Ozark is in it. Yeah.
I didn't realize that's what the name of the movie was. I did hear he wanted to direct Weapons. I think he probably would have done a great job.
I think he would have done a great job too.
Director.
At the same time, though, apparently Weapons is really fucking good. And here's the thing. It's been a long time since I've wanted to see a movie in the theater.
Yeah.
I might actually want to see Weapons in the theater, like in Alamo Drafthouse. It's okay. I can go by myself. Odie, you hate horror movies.
I still want to go.
You want to subject yourself, just for the sake of getting out the house.
Yeah. Yes. We can go to Nighthawk and do a double feature of Weapons and whatever very family-friendly movie
just
is
to
out
get
after.
the fuck out of the house.
No, I mean, I think that some movies are meant to be seen in theaters.
Yeah, just like Sinners.
Exactly. And look,
Yeah.
I saw Sinners.
Yeah, but that wasn't as horror based as. Are you kidding me? Like it had pussy.
Well, put that in the movie. I'll be there front row center.
Yeah, I don't know if Weapons has pussy.
Well, I know.
eating.
I hope not.
Oh yeah, with the kids. Okay, yeah.
Well, look forward to seeing you, Scary Movie 6.
Yes.
You got a lot of material to get through because
We have a lot of material to get through.
So we are looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right, next. There has been a bombshell, not a bombshell, but some new information has come out concerning the movie Belly. Now, if you have
With
not
Nas
seen Belly,
and DMX,
a super iconic black film from the 90s. That is where we got the first, like, that blue lighting that was so popular in Insecure, but she just did better.
blaxploitation,
But updated. It was everything about it was like.
I'm gonna see where Belly is. Showing.
Didn't we try to watch it? Did we watch it like last year?
We tried to watch it. We never actually watched it.
But it's such a great movie.
It's showing nowhere, unfortunately.
Of course it is. But I'm
not buying it.
One of the stars of the film, Terrell Hicks, who she plays DMX's girlfriend in the movie. She has I feel like her role is pretty iconic because she's so gorgeous. Everyone loved her, etc. But she dropped a little bit of a bomb about her role and one of her iconic scenes in the movie. Let's hear what she had to say.
She dropped the bomb on me.
He was a professional and his wife was on set. She was a beautiful woman. Literally, I did my work and I went home. So the infamous scene that everybody talks about, I really hate to bust everybody's bubble because that wasn't me. Years later, I spoke to my body double and she told me, when you left the set, they tried to get me to do the scene. And I didn't want to do the scene. So she's like, they called in somebody else. And I was like, wow. Because I didn't see that scene until we went to the premiere and I looked at Hype like, what is this? Wow. Like, I thought I was just going to be in here being bad and doing some cussing. That was going to be my sin, the cussing. So I'm like, what is this scene? So I was like, you did me dirty, dude, but okay. All right. Whatever. But I knew after that movie, everybody was gonna approach me to do roles like that, and I was gonna be turning them down. So when you saw the gaps in my career, is because I was getting those kind of roles, and I was like, that wasn't even me. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I have kids. I'm not trying to do that right now. Like, or ever. Back then, you couldn't really choose like what your character was gonna be doing outside of what you did on set. I didn't have any control over that, but it's all good. Keisha's an icon. I learned a lesson, and I'm just, I'm able to tell people that wasn't me.
Okay, so look, back in the day, they didn't have any agency when it came to the roles and the type of roles and what they did in those roles. We've come a long way.
Do you think Hype Williams is fucked up for doing that to her? Like, I have feelings about that.
You do?
I feel similarly to in regards to this, the same way I felt when I learned that Sharon Stone, when she was in Basic Instinct, and she does her iconic scene when she crosses and opens her legs.
She didn't know that
she had no panties on. They knew she had no panties on. They were like, no, it's fine. We're gonna fix it in post.
Yeah, and they kept it in.
She kept it, and she, of course, like after she saw it, she said she smacked the guy, but was like, whatever. Like, here, I gotta do it. And I feel like it's the same type of exploitation that women in Hollywood go through. Because the thing is, her career was changed and altered
based on that scene.
And not to say, obviously,
she got a bunch of roles that she had to then turn down because people assumed that it was like she's the sexual vixen when she actually isn't.
And I think that's the part where it's like, of course, it's a movie, but when you are filming a movie, especially when you film like a nudity or sex scene or whatever, those things, even when it's not you, people still kind of look at it and be like, oh, that's what you looked like, regardless of how many times you could say there was a body double, they had those like whatever prosthetics, and And I think that's fucked up. And it's like, would he have done that if it was a man? Like, I don't know. Like, would he have not told her? Like, that's the part that I feel like is fucked up. And she's very gracious and she's giving him a lot of grace, benefit of the doubt, and
Do we know if that is DMX in the actual sex scene or if he has a body double for that?
We don't know. But he would have but I would wager that he at least knew he was going to be in a sex scene.
I see what you're saying.
So that's the bare minimum of this, the notion of it. And it's like, of course, like we said, like you were saying, at that time, nobody had the agency, male or female, regardless. And it's like being a dark-skinned woman in Hollywood at that time, already, even now, already so hard. So thinking that she had, because I think when I was looking at her IMDb, after Belly, her movies, it was like almost a decade between the next feature film that she was in. Let me just double check. But I'm curious of like what your thoughts about that are. And just like,
I think it is fucked up if she wasn't informed that there would be a sex scene.
Yeah.
And mind you, there's a good chance that a lot of this shit could have been shot on the fly. Yeah. Like, Belly is not Godfather. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
very, low budget.
I don't sit here thinking that there is a fully developed script from top to bottom that all of the actors were given for Belly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a good chance that it was developed on the fly, and there's a good chance that maybe somebody, Hype Williams or whoever, thought that, oh, this scene needs to be zhuzhed up. This could be a sex scene. They bring the idea of doing a sex scene to her at that point after she had signed on to play
but they
the
never
part.
brought it to her because they didn't ask her to do it. They asked her, Did she say that they asked her to do it? She said no, and then they asked her buy a double?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
She said? Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I can see that happening. But I think it's the part of just not telling her that it happened is the part that's fucked up. Because, like, okay, her first movie, which is how I was introduced to her, she played Jane, the black love interest in A Bronx Tale, who plays the guy who's supposed to be Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, she's in Preacher's Wife?
Yeah, but she was just like a teen in the movie.
Okay.
But after Belly, so between A Bronx Tale and Belly, two of her big movies that I know her from, that was like a 5-year difference, but she had a bunch of stuff in between that.
Oh, she was in Soul Food, the series.
But between Belly and Soul Food, even then, that was only one episode. Belly came out in 1998. She was in that in 2003. The next time she had a major role was in 2005 in The Salon. And then, she had more like consistent, but like the way that she's consistent throughout the rest of her career, then the gap between Belly and even Soul Food is like a lot. 5 years is a lot for an actress.
5 years of a gap is a lot for an actor.
So I just think that's just kind of shitty. And I just wish that even if men in Hollywood aren't doing something predatory, like physically predatory, I think the lack of consideration for the women they were working with is predatory. And I think he deserves her an apology. He deserves to give her an apology, even if she's being gracious and all that, because it wasn't necessary for you to not tell her, because obviously she's going to see the movie. So at least giving her the heads up, giving her time to talk to her agent and work some things out. Like, I just think that's just like a common courtesy.
I think that the lack of the common courtesy is the problem, and therefore an apology should be given.
Yeah.
Yeah. An apology just for that. You know what I mean?
Even because I think
because based on the IMDb, it looks like that did hinder some things.
And so, I mean, thankfully, she's still working, and I hope that she continues to get roles. She's still gorgeous. She's still a great actress. Like, I would love to see her in more things.
Sure.
But it's like, I think this is kind of when you talk about the plight of women in Hollywood, especially Black women, especially dark-skinned women in Hollywood. It's layers on layers on layers, and constantly having to navigate those really ragged waters where people are not really taking you for who you are supposed to be and just like dumping shit on you, which is nice. All right. What's next?
What is next?
It is. I'm literally I'm so hot right now.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
I cannot I love summer. I love it. I don't love being in a basement in summer where
it feels like summer.
The windows cannot be just
you
opened.
Can feel it in the streets. You can feel it. It feels like summer.
All right. So up next, we have some new information in regards to the Spider-Man universe.
And this is the Spider-Man Sony universe, not necessarily the Spider-Man Marvel universe.
Yes, because there's a difference.
There is a difference.
But
Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man, but they are lending Tom Holland out to Marvel so that they can make a joint movie together.
It's so honestly, it is
confusing.
It's so confusing to me always. But Daniel Kaluuya is going to reprise his role as Spider-Punk. If you don't know who that is, let me share a picture for you.
Go watch Across the Spider-Verse right now.
So Spider-Punk, he's the one that has the mullet, the mullet. He's British. He's cool. He's a rocker. And I don't even realize that was Daniel Kaluuya at first, but I'm here for it.
Hobby, yeah. Did you remember seeing it? You remember seeing him in Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
I just watched that movie on my break.
The other day.
Well, I watched some of it on the train and some of it on my break.
What was on Disney Plus?
Yeah, Disney Plus. Yeah. I wouldn't mind watching that tonight.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I would actually like to see his own universe.
Yeah, like what would a Spider-Man, a punk Spider-Man be like in London? You know what I mean? Like
he'd be protesting Gaza for Gaza. He would be freaking
he would be
anti-Brexit,
anti-fascist,
anti-fascism.
Who would his villains be? And mind you, this is the part of the multiverse of Marvel that I never grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So like Spider-Punk is out of my depths as far as like the nerddom.
Because I think that was kind of after when we got older, right? When
I don't know when Spider. I actually don't know when Spider, because I don't think it was a part of the Ultimate Universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Ultimate Universe is where Miles Morales comes from. That occurred when I was in middle school, so that was early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you know, Oni, my brother, he loves Spider-Man, and he was like, I remember when he was younger, he was like, I want to be able to like play Miles Morales. And I'm like, that I didn't even.
When I was younger, I wanted to be Static Shock. That's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why I grew my hair out for dreads. Is because like I thought
that's so cute.
I thought I'm doing stand up. Maybe I can get seen by an agent, and maybe I can get Static Shock.
I love
levels.
that.
But obviously it didn't happen, and obviously it didn't happen before I lost my dreadlocks. But hey, if Mekhi Phifer can have dreadlocks in 8 Mile, I can have dreadlocks.
Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake them. All right, so let's move on.
Sure.
To our is this our last movie related thing?
I think it is.
Yes, it is. So we have a new docuseries that is coming out by Kanye West. It is
about Kanye West. I don't think it's by Kanye West though.
Oh, you're right. Nico Ballesteros is directing, producing, and editing this documentary, which was produced by Simran A. Singh. And they're calling it a raw and often unsettling portrait without commentary or conclusions. So, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Kanye West gave the director unfettered access to his life, breakdowns, and inner circles for 6 years. So that is how this documentary came about. So I would say it's kind of by him if he was allowing it.
Yeah, but he's
not producing it.
No, he's not producing it. He just gave access to his life over to the cameras.
Yeah.
That tells me everything that I want to know about this documentary. It's not produced by him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be colored in a way that makes him, that glorifies him.
Yeah.
It seems like there's gonna be a unbiased, raw take on what Kanye has been up to for the last few years. Yeah. And honestly, I would like to see this.
I would like to see it.
Mainly because I want to see if maybe there is some human elements to this man that I used to like his music and love his music and stuff like that. I used to call him a genius.
So the documentary is called In Whose Name. It's coming out September 19th, so soon. The Ballesteros was 18 when he started shooting the documentary, and he has more than 3,000 hours of footage.
Jeez.
And
so to cobble that into a narrative is really impressive.
Yeah, so I think that to me, honestly, if he could do all that's a great feat. To having all that content, it's hard for us to edit freaking an hour and a half, 2 hours to figure out what we want. So 3,000 is crazy work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what could make me feel differently about Kanye. Now
I'm not looking forward to it in the hopes that it will make me feel different about his music, because I stand where I stand. Like I he's been on a abbreviated hiatus within my playlist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, if his song comes up, I may skip it, I may not, depending on what the song is. But by and large, I'm not jumping to play his music.
It's just like, okay, you said that Harriet Tubman wasn't freeing the slaves. Slavery was a choice. You told us that
did some Hitler Nazi stuff.
You're doing Heil Hitlers. You're constantly telling us all these terrible things about yourself and your child's mother, and you're stalking her.
And he did some stuff with his cousin.
Oh, so why do we know that? And not to say that if he was letting this go in some sort of cathartic thing, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like every single thing that he has been doing since like 2016, if maybe not a little earlier, has been self-aggrandizing. And it's like you do all this bullshit and then you pop something in that's going to make us want to feel for you. Of course, we would want to feel for you if you're telling us you may have been essayed by your cousin or whatever was going on with you guys. That's a lot going on, but I don't believe him. He's still a raging homophobe, a raging transphobe, whatever he's got going on with his wife or ex-wife, Bianca, when he always has her in this humiliation kink that they've got going on. Like, it's just too much. And I don't, even you have a song with Diddy and wanted to be like, oh, he's the greatest, whatever. Like, it
was with his son.
Oh, sorry, his son. This whole
Diddy's
album
son.
was his son.
Yeah.
But that was a whole thing with him doing that because his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, is like, you're having our 12, 13-year-old daughter around this man and his son who have been having these allegations. I don't like that. And it's like, fuck you for making me even defend Kim Kardashian. But, like, sure, why would I want my child anywhere in this man's orbit? It's just too much. And I think this documentary is actually going to make me sad because it's going to be really seeing the downfall of him. And it was like, earlier we were watching that video there was a video of him and Pharrell from when he was recording College Dropout, and Pharrell was like, I didn't realize you were recording with your mouth wired shut. And he's telling him, like, when you get up and you get famous, like, keep your hunger, keep being you, like, all this stuff, keep your perspective. And
bless you.
That is not what has happened. It has been, he has no perspective. I don't think that he's not a musical genius, but I also think that he is a complete narcissistic asshole and abuser. So it's so hard. And when I was in Germany with my cousins, we were hanging out one night and we were talking to these German girls, and they were like, what are your thoughts about Kanye? And it was like, I don't even like old Kanye. Can you want me, like, do I still like old Kanye?
We've gotten to the point where I don't even do the I miss the old Kanye type thing
because it's hard
because
to
it's
even
like
listen to it.
It's what current Kanye is doing has kind of eroded old Kanye stuff.
Exactly.
Like because it you know what it is? Kanye West is Game of Thrones. In that I cannot watch early Game of Thrones knowing where it ends and what it all leads to.
Yeah. It's a tough situation. I feel, honestly, in all the situations, I always feel bad for his kids, because, like, knowing that they're the ones that have to deal and listen to this ridicule. Obviously, they're always going to love their father, so it's like, do they really think about it? But just
I don't even know if it's that obvious. They got their mother. They got their mother's side of the family.
But the thing
doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna have to always. You don't always have to love your parent if your parent is on some fuck shit.
I think the thing is, with people don't recognize, when you have children, even when you are doing the fuckiest of fuck shit, your children love you, even if they may not want to, even if they want to distance themselves. You as a child, like, you cannot help that desire of love and connection with your parent. Like when I was working in the preschool and those babies, those little 2, 3, 4-year-olds, when their parents came in, the joy and excitement on their faces, and me recognizing, like, when I see my parents, I still have a portion of that in me still, where it may not come out the same, but it's still that same, like, oh, mommy, daddy, like, you're here. And when I think it's worse when they are people who are doing things that are shitty, because you have that internal, like, I want to love you and reach out for you and grasp you and have this connection, but I feel like now I have to put a barrier and a boundary up because of the person you are, and that's like kind of a mind fuck. So we'll see. I think it's going to be probably a good documentary.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting regardless.
It's going to be interesting.
Hopefully, I'll be able to see it when it comes out.
What happens.
We'll see.
All right, now let's go through a rapid fire music stuff, because we have a few rapid fire ones, and then we have ones we can talk about.
Yeah, sure. So JID just came out with a new album called God Does.
Oh yeah, wait, let me get it for you.
Like Ugly. God Does Like Ugly, I believe.
God,
record.
yeah. God Does Like Ugly.
Yeah.
It has the clips on it. Vince Staples. This guy called West Side Gun. I don't know who that is.
West Side Gun is a group, not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that Aziz Ansari bit. It's just like, have you heard of Wu-Tang Clan? Yeah, I know him. He's good.
So there's some other ones. Sierra's on there, Don Toliver, Earth Gang, Black, Ty Dolla $ign, Baby Kia, Jesse Reyes. He got a lot of people on here.
Yeah, he does.
So good for him. He has a bunch of producers. Look, I mean, I love JID. I always love his music. I always love his samples, his features on other people's music. So I'm looking forward to this, and I would like to listen to it.
Yeah, I've already listened to the album. The album's really good.
How is it long?
No, it's not.
Is it one of those micro albums?
No, it's not a micro album. I think it's the right amount of album.
I'm just tired of getting albums that are like 40 minutes long.
It's not. It's about. Hold on. Here we go. It is about. Okay, it's about 57 minutes long.
All right.
And 15 songs.
All right, that's not terrible.
Yeah,
it's just crazy to me how, like, when we were younger, you couldn't have an album if it wasn't like an hour.
Say it again.
You couldn't have an album out when we were younger if it wasn't like an hour long.
Well, we also had like fucking singles, like where we were buying just like the. Oh my god, one day I'll tell you about how for the testosterone weekend, I would just play the single that I had for Purple Hills.
Oh, I love that.
Over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Purple Hills. Yes, JID. We legitimately just listened to all of JID's now. How did you like it?
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
I think I always like JID's work, so kudos to you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what JID looks like.
What hairstyle does he have? If you were to guess JID based on what you've heard from him, what hairstyle does he have?
Maybe some kind of hair grown out. I would say hair grown out, maybe locks.
Okay.
Maybe braids or a fro, but like an interesting kind of cool.
So either locks or braids or a fro. There's nothing definitive.
No,
be definitive.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Sure.
His fro, not like a full one, but maybe not fro, but like he has some hair grown out, tapered up, maybe color.
Okay.
Because I think that he could be interesting like that. But tapered, or like maybe some cornrows, or you could have some of the the mini twists, little ASAP Rocky braids.
All right, are you ready to see him?
Yeah.
All right, close your
My
eyes.
are closed.
And first reactions
Okay,
of what JD looks like, and open.
All right, I knew he was gonna be like brown skinned. I knew he was brown or light skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And the main one I thought was gonna be Locks, but I didn't want to stereotype him as a rapper with who raps about.
He's from Atlanta.
Indie stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I like him. I like his look.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Chance the Rapper. Shout out to you, Chance the Rapper. He came out with his new album, Starline. I enjoyed the whole thing. Glad to see you back.
Mm-hmm. It definitely makes up for that other album.
The Coloring Book?
No. I'm talking about the Big Day. The one about his wife.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. I love my wife. I love my wife.
I think that he put that out after he was in Carnival getting the wine.
Apparently when he was at Carnival doing the wine, they were separated already.
Oh right. Yeah. One thing I want to shout out is one song on the album. It's called Drapetomania. We've talked about this on the podcast before. I gave you the definition. I want to remind folks that drapetomania was the sickness coined by Dr. Samuel Cartwright in 1851 about coining the term for describing why enslaved Black people were running away. Mm-hmm. Which I think that I like that because in that song he talks about loving Tupac because he shot 2 cops, and that he also has a chain that says "fuck ICE," which I think is great. But I think that to me, I want more rappers to be coming out with albums that are going to have things in them that are going to make people think. Mm-hmm. Why would this be? What is in the song? Like obviously in the song he's mentioning different things that can make you think, and the name of the song. And if you've never heard of the term drapetomania, that hopefully a person listening to it would look it up. But I liked it. What did you think of the album?
Oh, I actually liked it. I think it was a return to form. Mm-hmm. Definitely a vast improvement from his other project. Yeah. The Big Day. Yeah. He needed this album.
He did.
He needed this because he's been clowned for that last album for so long. It's been 6 years since he came out with the Big Day, I think. 6 years. And he needed something good to bounce back. And I'm not saying this is a perfect album. I'm saying this is it's a good enough album that it makes me interested in listening to his new stuff.
So it's one that I would describe as an album where it's a no skip album, but it's not an album I'm going to want to listen to every day, but
I don't know if it's a no skip.
Well, album. I think about a no skip album. When I say no skip, the bare minimum for a no skip is when you're playing it, that I don't tell you to change the song. That doesn't mean that I love, like, there's no skip. Obviously, when I say like Beyonce's no skip, it's completely different level. You know, Kendrick, no skip, completely different level. He's not like on that level for this one, but I enjoy all the songs.
So you would not. It's not that it's a no skip album. It's that if it was playing, you would listen to it all the way through.
Yes.
Okay.
In that aspect.
So it's a completion album.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind any of the songs. Nothing on there. I was like, I don't want to listen to it. Yeah. So I think that's great.
Yeah. So that's good. Sorry, I should have said Chance the Rapper.
So it's good for him. I think he's been needing a influx of new energy, and this is it because he's been so long. He's been being clowned, not just for the Big Day album, but also just his persona, being sober, being Christian, being like a goody two shoes, whatever.
I don't think. Here's the thing: he wasn't clowned for that while the music was good. I think it was once he came out with
Yeah.
The Big Day, a whole album about loving his wife.
Yeah.
That's what made him corny.
Maybe it's because people felt it was fake. And then
I don't think it was that it was fake. I think it was that it was too earnest. It was literally.
But maybe because he was. When I say fake, I mean like trying too hard. Because if we know, if you're saying this album came out after the whole thing with the wine, right? And then he puts out this album.
No, this didn't come out after. This came out before the whole wine.
It did?
Yeah. That's why it was such a big deal, because he had just came out with an album about how much he loves his wife, and now he's out here whining on people at Carnival.
Well,
crop over. Whatever.
Maybe also when you think about it, if he maybe it's because he was trying too hard to like push a point in that instance, like
sure,
it was something that about the album that I think people felt was disingenuous.
Yeah, it was. Well, I don't know about I can't speak to disingenuous. I just think that it was as somebody who listened to the entire album, I found it corny. I found it corny. I found it
even as a real lover,
very repetitive. As a real what?
A real lover.
As a real lover.
Yeah, you know when they say like, "Oh, only real lovers."
No. That's not a colloquialism where I'm from, sis. But no, it was just kind of corny. It was just a corny album. A corny album about loving his wife, and then they got divorced.
Starline is not corny, so good for you.
Yes, no, it is not.
And thank you for putting out something that we can listen to and can learn something from.
Sure.
All right. Next up, the next new album has come out from our icon, Buddy Guy.
Yes, blues icon. If you watched Sinners,
you should know who he is.
You should know who he is.
The new album is a Chicago blues album titled "Ain't Done with the Blues."
I listened to a little bit of it so far. It's blues. If you're a fan of blues, you're gonna love this blues album.
Yeah, he put it out for his 89th birthday. What can I just say? How awesome is that?
Yeah, that he's still kicking it and putting out new music at his big old age.
Like, he's just having such a resurgence. Even, like, you know, he has Sinners. People are now, even if he's been a musician for a long time. He's been touring and all that.
Sure.
So it's not like nobody knew about him. But think about the scores of people who now are coming to his music because of Sinners.
Yeah.
Because they just see like this cool old guy drinking cognacs and playing the fucking guitar and sounding amazing.
Yeah.
We love seeing our elders like live their lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially our Black elders. So I always will be putting my glass up for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that you get all that you deserve and all that you want and all that you desire. And I hope that you have many more years here with us to enjoy having your health, your wealth, and all those things because you deserve it.
Sure. And his name reminds me of South Park, so there's always that.
Buddy.
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy friend. I'm not your friend, buddy.
All right. Now, the next album. Well, okay. Do you want to talk about this one first or this one first? Because they're both kind of shit.
I mean, let's do this one first.
This one, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So Drake. Drake Domania.
Drake champs.
Drake champs. There's actually a side note. There's a
podcast probably called Drake Champs, right?
It probably is.
Yeah.
No, there's a anime that I really like that it had like that has a similar name that I think you would like.
What's it called?
I right now my brain's in too many places. I can't remember the title, but I'll find it for you.
Okay.
It's a YouTube show. All right. So Drake has a new album allegedly coming out in
October.
It is called Iceman. Now let me find the promo cover.
So far we've already heard 2 songs from this album
Have we?
or rollout of this.
We have?
Yeah. What Did I Miss? And the one with Central C.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, the one. Stand up there.
Oh, okay. Okay, listen, I'm gonna say
do that time.
I'm never gonna lie.
I don't even know if those are the lyrics, but
I'm never gonna lie.
Sounds like
that
it is.
I do the one with the Central C. I do like, but I like it because of Central C. I don't know if I would like it without him.
All the girls with the stand up face doing that thing in my waist.
But the one, What Did I Miss?
Yeah.
I just feel like he's whining on that one.
Yeah.
LeBron and my other friends are liking not like us. This is a picture that was going around for the album cover.
No, I don't think this is the actual album cover.
Thinking
but
maybe it's not the actual
But it would be
one.
hilarious if it was.
Because this one, the day that I even saw that he was getting a new album, it was this, and I was like, "That is a terrible." First of all, are you supposed to look like the Winter Knight or whatever, the Night King?
The Night King, yeah. He looks like the Black Night King. He looks like the Blight King.
The Blight King.
Yeah,
because there's a blight on his career.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if what's going to come out. I've said probably before on this podcast. I think that Drake is always going to come out with an album if he's doing it right, it's going to sound good. It's going to be enjoyable. People are going to want to listen to it because I do like that Central C song. But the back of your mind is still going to it's always going to be a little, and then all this back and forth now he has with the Kendrick Lamar, not even with the beef, but like all this legality bullshit.
Yeah, he's still suing UMG right now.
But folks that have been talking about this album, I've seen on Twitter saying that now with whatever new details are released, are saying he's in a 360 deal. Now I had to look up what is a 360 deal?
Yeah.
Because it's something that like I know about.
You've heard about it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this I found on NPR. Shout out to you, NPR. We love you.
Yes.
They have from 2010 describing what is a 360 deal. So Danny Goldberg, who was at the time president of Gold Village Entertainment, says a 360 deal is not something that has a precise definition, but in general, what it means is usually a deal with a record company in which the record company also participates in the income of all of the other aspects of the artist's work, such as songwriting and merchandising, in addition to making money off the records.
Yeah.
He also said most deals are about 270 maximum, not 360 deals. In theory, a 360 deal encompasses all revenue that an artist brings in, and hence the name 360 degrees. I'm going back and forth between 360 and multi-rights. Usually in my writing, I call it multi-rights. So there are plenty of artists who have talked about being in 360 deals.
Yeah.
Madonna had a 360 deal with Live Nation in 2007, which gave her $120 million over 10 years and gave Live Nation a share of her touring revenue.
Yeah.
But it was no money from her recorded music. And Jay-Z signed a deal with Live Nation that next year that was worth about $150 million over 10 years. And so they describe it working as something like if Live Nation is your promoter, and when you have this deal, they're the exclusive promoter. You're going to be making money on touring, and Live Nation as a promoter is going to take their cut.
Yeah.
So in a multi-rights deal, that wouldn't change. Once you bring in merchandise, that adds another element to it, and Live Nation wants to add merchandise to it that it can sell at its venues and through its websites, and it can leverage the relationship it has with its concert goers and ticket buyers. Originally, Live Nation did not want to get into recorded music, And they briefly formed a record label, Live Nation Music, and actually signed Zach Brown Band. They promoted the first single and then dropped the label, and then Zach went to Atlantic. So then the merchandise becomes a bigger part of the record label's money, because if they're not doing live music, they need other things, and the other things are tours, merchandise, and what other
and normally and a non 360 deal, and like back in the old days, regular, like the label would make their music, their money off of the record, while the artist makes their money off of touring and merch.
Yeah. And so they're saying now that what's his name, Drake, is in his 360 deal, and that's why when Kendrick was like, "Let me see your splits and I'll get back to you," that he didn't say anything about it. And with all this new information or whatever, honestly, I'm so tired of this beef, and I'm only tired of it because of Drake.
Yeah,
because
Kendrick has moved on. Kendrick is just doing his GNX tour.
Listen,
having fun,
even
selling out stadiums, selling out stadium shows. He's having a good old black ass time.
Even when Kendrick maybe alludes to it, or if he's on another song and he drops something that you could say, "Oh, that's probably about Drake" or whatever. Sure, that's happening.
But
right?
that hasn't happened at all.
Well, I don't know if I could say it hasn't happened.
I would say, because I've listened to everything that's come out since the beef.
You don't think that anything that he did you don't think the song with Clips at all had anything connected? Or to me, it doesn't have to be direct. But I
went to therapy. It told me how to heal, and it also told me I don't give a fuck. Like, that had nothing to do with Drake.
That was not his only sentence on the verse.
Yeah, but I think Kendrick has moved on.
I think that at this point,
and that verse was recorded before the beef.
Anything that he puts out, whether it was before, maybe it could have been recorded before or whatever, but I think that the audience, when we hear something he says that might sound a little shady, I don't think that it would be far-fetched for people to be like, "Oh, I wonder if that's about Drake." So that's, to me, is how it is still from Kendrick's. It's still going on. It's not anything blatant. It's not anything that he's like, "Oh, I need to do this. Can you change the thing?"
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just something that we as an audience are gonna be like, "Oh, I wonder if that's connected," right? Whereas Drake is literally forcing this down our throats every second.
And all he does is sneak diss.
He's sneak dissing, and also he's making whiny songs about his friends not liking him. And also now we have this stupid legality issue, which is so dumb.
Yes.
Like, how, I don't want beefs to go back to the time when people were getting shot, right? I don't want that. I don't want violence. But why can't we have a beef and people just not liking each other?
Like a Jay-Z and Nas. That had nothing to do with violence. It had everything to do with just the music.
Because
it was two artists at their peak who did not like each other and made it very much known through their music.
And if Drake, even if I feel like he lyrically and all those things didn't match up with Kendrick in this beef and he kept going, I would still prefer him being in the fucking booth, getting in the studio and doing something.
But you would want him to make more music about the beef?
No, I don't want him to, but I would prefer that to him calling his lawyers and trying to this whole long drawn out bullshit that we are having to deal with, because now we have all these people who are not interested in hip hop who are talking about hip hop because they're talking about it from the legal aspect and all these other things. I'm done. I'm over it. He's gonna come out with this fucking album. He's gonna also have something on there talking about how he's the hardest ever and don't let him get he has all these ops and he doesn't want to get his boys. He's probably gonna be.
You saw the What Did I Miss video where he was surrounded by guns?
I did not watch the What Did I Miss video.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Really?
Show it to me so I can react while they can't.
Okay. All right.
Because I've listened to the song, but I had no desire to go and look for the video So it would be one of those things where if I didn't see it, I didn't see it. And I just wish that he would.
Oh, sorry, can't play
So
that.
we can't play the song, but we
Cannot
can
play
watch it.
Yeah, we can watch it. Yeah.
Okay, is he in New York City?
No, look at this.
Oh, he looks like a MAGA supporter. This is the MAGA Christmas photo, getting ready to like. And first of all, this is the thing: who's gonna have all their guns on the ground like that?
Yeah.
First of all, it's by the water. You don't want it to get moist. We don't want to step on anything. And why are there random guns standing up?
That's too many guns.
And
not even in a
anti-gun
way. It seems corny. This is a very corny music.
Because he's a corny man.
He is a corny human being.
And it was fine with him being...
And he's dancing around.
It's fine with him being corny when he's being like...
If he was just sitting or
boy,
something, or I don't know. Like, I don't know how you could make this not corny.
He just screams poser.
Yeah.
First of all, he's working... In the video, he's working this 9-to-5 welding, whatever type of job where he'd be in a jumpsuit. Has he ever gotten his nails dirty ever in life? He's been working in TV since he was a teenager. You don't think he has a manicure every week? Get out of here. You're not working class. Okay? You're not hard. There's nothing wrong with being a middle class suburban black person. There's nothing wrong with it. That is who I am. I grew up hood adjacent. Okay? There were plenty of things that were hood near me and around me. But I was
this fucking car bullshit that he does, like
he just is annoying.
Hold on, look at it again. Look at it again. This car dance that he does. Look, check. No.
And you're an old man, isn't he 40 by now? Or
how old is Drake?
He should be like 39, 40. He's like a year or two older than us.
He's 38. He's a 38-year-old man. He is in his late 30s. We're in our mid-30s.
Well, Drake, whatever. Your album's coming out. I guess it'll go double dust. No, that's a lie. People are
gonna buy it.
Drake.
Well, not buy it, but people are gonna stream it.
Because Drake has all those incel guys who are like up his ass.
Yeah.
Who always are like, no, it's me. It's always people are always picking on me. Bleh.
Yeah.
All the male loneliness epidemic dudes.
Yeah.
Will be listening to it. So, and lastly, for our last music thing, Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
You
done goofed.
Has
you
come
done
out
fucked
with a song, and now
I don't think the song is out. I think he previewed the song.
It's an unreleased track. So apparently, on this track, he says, "Put my knee up on her neck. I went George Floyd." And apparently Steven Jackson, who was best friends with George Floyd, has known him forever and really led the campaign of like this protest.
Mm-hmm.
He posted a now deleted Instagram post say that he called the lyric demeaning and said, "Don't ever say his name, bro. None of y'all knew G. Nothing about him."
Yeah.
Which, why would you say that about him? Like,
and that's a real one. That's a real one. God forbid anything happened to me, but I hope that the people around me in my life would know not to like try to monetize or capitalize off of my death with like weird ass t-shirts and bobbleheads and shit.
Well, Yachty,
let alone a lyric.
Yachty apologized to Steven. And so he said when Steven went on a podcast, All the Smoke, he said that he was not upset with him anymore because Yachty had reached out and apologized. He said, "I took down my post about Yachty because I'm emotional about George. I apologized to him. We spoke and he apologized as well. I saluted him. Not a lot of people like to own up to when they fuck up." Now, my thing is, I guess technically this wasn't a public thing, but I always think if you do something public, you need to apologize publicly. I think he should apologize publicly just for the sake of you taking this black man's name and dragging it through the mud on what would have been an extremely mid fucking song. You're not adding anything. You're not trying to talk about his legacy or anything, or probably even talking about police brutality, because the lyric says, put my knee up on her neck, I went George Floyd. So you're probably talking about fucking somebody.
Yeah.
So there was nothing about it like that was in any way commemorating or uplifting or whatever. And I really think, like, where are we as a black community? Like, how do we get to a place where the young people, the middle people, the old people can just have a bare minimum of respect? Because I feel like people, the younger you are, the less respect there is for who you are and your culture outside of like outside of when it's something like really dastardly. But how do we keep the respect of what we are dealing with currently like poignant? Because I see it a lot with like kids in school, and like even just kids talking online. They don't seem to really think anything is a big enough deal. And not to say that kids have ever been like so mindful of that. Like, we've all used to make jokes about terrible things.
Yeah, that's just what the youth does. I literally Googled because I did not know if this was associated with anything.
Yeah.
But I Googled the phrase beat the pussy up like Rodney King.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Rock Marciano. Does that sound familiar?
Kinda, but that lyric sounds familiar.
Yeah, it is a lyric that exists.
And but the thing is,
beat the pussy up like Rodney King. Chopper hiding in the closet, some kind of thing. Some kind of freak.
Okay. I can imagine that song probably also. I mean, that was like since it came out in 2018. I wouldn't be surprised if that song. Wait, is that a white man?
No, I don't think that's him. I think who the hell is
who is in these videos?
No, that's not a white man.
Stress me out. Because they had all these, Genius on the side there with the pictures and stuff. They had all these pictures of this young white man. And I said, it can't be. You cannot possibly.
It was an ad.
But no, I think that, like, now this is the thing. I think that sometimes when it comes to things that have happened in the black community, or, not even black community, things that have happened that were terrible in the culture, we have a certain amount of timeline, right? So now, like, 9/11 is almost 30 years old, and people make jokes about it. You might hear it in songs. I mean, honestly, even Jay-Z, after the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, he made lyrics about that. Or was it Biggie? But no, blow up the World Trade. That was Biggie. So I think that people have always made what could be like distasteful jokes, right?
Yeah.
Or not jokes, song lyrics or whatever.
Yeah.
To be provocative. But I feel like Rodney King to 2018, that was like almost 20 years, if not 20 years, because Rodney King happened when we were like 3.
Yeah, it's been more than 20 years.
From 2018, I mean, that's more than 20. Oh, yeah, it is more than 20 years. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 30 years. But thinking of like George Floyd was like just yesterday. 2020 was just yesterday. And for you to, and we're still, and it's not something that we have even moved past. They literally, who was it that was, it was either Breonna Taylor or, I think it was one of the police officers that shot Breonna Taylor was just like let out of jail or something like that. Like there's that summer of those people that passed away that we all were outside protesting about. There are cops right now who are getting off from that situation,
Mhm.
who we are protesting about and pushing back against. And so, like, how dare you? I just think it's too soon. I think sometimes we can say it's too soon when we know that not only did we not get any justice from it before, but we're still trying to get justice for it now.
Yeah.
And it's still going on. There was just a month or so ago, the young man didn't die, but he was juked out of his fucking car and beaten
wasn't
up.
that Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not as if this has stopped or changed. Between Rodney King and 2018, it's not that it had changed, but the profile of it on TV and things had changed. So maybe if you were somewhere where you're not like super tuned in, maybe you wouldn't know about because the social media wasn't there and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point in our lives, we have no choice. So you have to do better. Why can't you find a white man that was murdered by the police or something to go joke about or sing about? All these people, just find somebody else. Get something else to talk about and make better lyrics. I could assure you, if we heard that song right now, it would not be good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be bopping to it, quite frankly. Not even because the lyric, just because the song probably is.
It's weak. A Little Yachty song. I can't think of a Little Yachty. What is a little
Minnesota?
What is a Little Yachty song that is like a bop?
Probably Broccoli.
That's it.
With Dram.
Yeah, I love that song. But what else besides that?
Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota.
I don't know that.
Okay. It's called Minnesota.
Is he from Minnesota?
I don't know where the fuck he's from. Who knows?
Miles McCollum. Get your shit together, Miles. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
With your ugly ass. Just.
Hey. You don't have to go there. You can make your point without necessarily going there.
Be kind and rewind.
Yes.
And we'll go to the next thing.
Super easy. Super easy to.
Rude.
Do some colorism shit.
Has nothing to do with color. Him being ugly has nothing to do with colorism.
Okay. You say so.
Would you think he would be more attractive if he was a shade or two lighter?
Not necessarily. Quick. All right, that's been our pop culture segment.
And now we're moving on to our mental health corner.
Yes, our mental health corner, where we check in with each other, see how our mental health is doing. Mental health journeys.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually meeting with my psychiatrist tomorrow.
Great.
And she's been nagging me to get a physical so that I can check it out. What's it all about? And I guess I probably should do that before things suddenly change.
Yes, I have been also thinking about that. It says I have a week of making appointments. Doing like it could be like a Friday. We just do all of them in like one day.
Yeah. How are you doing? How's your mental health?
Drifting on a memory. I don't know.
There's no place I'd rather be
than with you. Which is true. But I still feel like I haven't been in therapy in a long time.
Yeah. And you haven't taken any medication in a long time.
Yes. But sometimes I'm like, and I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Is the medication doing anything? And I think that
it's doing nothing because
I'm not taking it. Yes, but and I think that this is probably my millennial impatience or something, and our just general impatience as a society.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like, how long am I supposed to be taking a medicine? If it's months before I feel like, okay, it's doing something. And how am I supposed to know if it's doing something if I feel like I'm not? If I'm like, okay, if I feel like it's doing something, if I'm hitting XYZ benchmarks or whatever.
Sure.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm also putting too much pressure on myself.
I think you are.
And
I think you
too
are.
much like perfection on myself.
Because medication, when done right and when taken right, it's seamless. Like, it doesn't seem like it's affecting you because you have become, for lack of a better word, normalized.
But I feel like the thing is, when I've taken medicine, right, I've either had these two different extremes. Either I was like kind of crazy wired,
Mm-hmm.
and I was seeing differences, like, but not necessarily all the things that I necessarily wanted. Like, I remember when I first started taking like my Adderall, like I remember I just like lost a bunch of weight, and I was like super. Well, I'm always on, but I was like, I was extra on.
Mm-hmm.
And also but I was focusing on things, but just not the things I was supposed to be focusing on, if that makes sense. And then on the other side of it is then like, I feel like that it's either that or nothing. Like whether it's, so
the
like,
nothing is probably when it's working.
But I feel like there's no, okay. The point of me taking all the various medicines that I've taken, right, is to help manage my ADHD, to help me get through the day and get through the things that I need to get through the day of my regular daily life.
Sure.
And the other things are to help with my anxiety and depression, etc. All those different things. So I feel like if I am not at the bare minimum getting through the day-to-day things, I get very frustrated with that.
Well, so, you know that the medication is only a component. Like you still have to come to the party. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm the medication can give you the corsage to the prom, but you still have to actually show up ticket, in that limit.
I've got my dress. I've gotten all the glam squad. I've been in the limo. I've reached the venue, but I still feel like I can't get in the door. And that's the part that is frustrating, because this is not the first. I've taken medicine on and off since 2017. And the stretches that I've been on medicine are good stretches of time. It's not like I don't expect it to be a month or 2 months or whatever. But if in 6 months, I'm not seeing like a bare minimum something, like, I am very frustrated by that, because I'm taking all this medicine. It's supposed to be helping me, and perhaps it could be helping me in some ways, but the things that I need help with, that I'm struggling with, are not changing, and I have the desire and motivation for them to change, and I'm setting all these things in motion for them to change, but they're not changing really and truly. So I feel very frustrated by that. And it pisses me off, to be honest. And I think that's why when sometimes if like say my medicine is finished and there's been issue or whatever about getting them again, or like I've had to do steps, that I'm not as like proactive in doing that, because I'm like, well, let me just see how I can do. What's the difference? What's the difference between when I'm on it and when I'm not on it? I don't personally see, I don't feel or see a difference. Now, I'm sure there is some way, but like my energy and my motivation and my all these things, I'm not seeing a difference. Perhaps maybe there's more difference in my mood, maybe, but I'm just not seeing it, and it's very frustrating. So I do not say that to say that I will not get back on medicine. I will Always, I'm someone who will keep trying something and beating this horse until I know for sure it is dead, and then I will just try something else. But I just feel, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's not the medicine's not working as much as this. I need to change the like places and spaces that I'm in needs to change.
Sure.
Like that, I think that perhaps that could be the only thing that's different is like how can I try doing something different in a different space, and perhaps then the medicine will be working better. But I don't know. I feel sometimes like I'm hopeless, like a penny with a hole in it. And I know that I'm not, but my intrusive thoughts,
Yeah,
they be winning sometimes. But I am someone who will always continue to fight the good fight and try my best to figure out what is it that I need to get me where I need to be. And so that's just what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, speaking of getting where we need to be, how about maybe we push those intrusive thoughts to the side and talk about the things that made us happy?
I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you.
So, what is making you happy?
Well, number one, happy birthday, Ashley. I love you. We had brunch today and went to church for her birthday, which was great. Also, congratulations to my cousin Leandra and her husband Tobias for a beautiful wedding. It was amazing. I was so happy to see all of my family. I got to see my babies, Kata and Adeze, and the cutest little people. I got to see Leandra's baby, who's also my baby, and we're besties. So I just had a great time seeing everybody. We don't always get to see each other, everybody all at once. So that was great. I'm happy to be doing this podcast with you.
Sure.
And being home and just relaxing and enjoying my summer. How about you?
Doing this podcast with you. I just got finished having a long break to myself, which I appreciated. Although I did miss you, I did enjoy the downtime by myself. Like I was able to do the things that I wanted to do, like sleep and eat and fap. So
uninterrupted.
Well, I had a dog.
Well, yeah.
There's a little
Cookie's
dog
here.
somewhere.
Cookie, come say hi to the people.
And
Come
get
here.
off the fucking couch.
Oh, look at the little cutie pie.
Yeah.
Look at the little baby. We are babysitting, or we are cookie sitting.
Speaking of, I'm arranging when
your mom is gonna get you.
So let's say 8. Okay, 8:00 tomorrow. You're out of here because you shit in the fucking carpet, which is my favorite carpet. My mom bought me this rug, and now it has shit particles in it.
We can wash the rug.
We're not washing. How are we washing the rug? We
have a vacuum with the steam cleaner. I've washed
we
this
don't
rug.
We don't have a steam cleaner.
Yes, we do.
How do we have a steam cleaner?
I bought it like 2 years ago.
When did you buy a steam cleaner?
See how much you use the appliances in the apartment.
I never said I did. I never said that. Anyhow, we don't have any time for this.
What else made you happy besides Cookie being here?
Ooh, my friend got a surgery to help with their issues.
Does that make you happy?
Yeah, it does make me happy because now they're more comfortable. Well, they're in pain because of the surgery, but they're more comfortable in the long run as opposed to short term.
Okay.
Yeah. So good for them. Shout out to you. You know who you are. And I'm happy that this is going to be helpful for your back. So.
All right. Well, I'm thankful just for doing this podcast with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing this podcast is fun.
Enjoy it, and I love it immensely.
Yeah, me too. So, with that being said, I think that's everything. So, how about we go into the close? Take it easy, keep it sleazy. Thank you. We will be back next time with more of this. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's ThatsOD, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet. Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.